Creep on in, on in, on in. Creep on in. I got five on me. Creep on in.
Alright, it's JP here from OrganicPriceBooks.com. I hope you guys really digged out that intro. I thought it was pretty neat, the transitions and everything. So we did get a new camera and we are working on some more equipment to make better videos. But here we are, we're gonna review the Blackest Night Omnibus, and this right here is the entire line of the Green Lantern series that I have at this moment. On the far right is the box set. We have the Absolute Blackest Night in general, and Green Lantern 1 through 3. So that's really cool. I believe the box set and Blackest Night Absolute is currently out of stock, but those are also really great things to read and collect. And I also like how the box set has the rings included as well, so that was really cool. So as we flip through the series, I'm gonna give you my non-spoiler review of this story, compare it to other stories that I read, and honestly, I thought the story was really great. It started off with a banger, the very first issue, where I have some killing and some deaths and people coming back to life and all that good stuff. So I'm just like, okay, this is pretty interesting. Maybe on the level of Injustice, because that's the very first one I read, and maybe like DC's. And I was like, you know what? Since it's October, why not start reading a bunch of horror genre? So I was like, okay, let's start with The Blackest Night. And in my opinion, it did not disappoint. I thought it was a very fun, very enjoyable read. And I didn't realize a lot of these characters actually, or superheroes, died. I am assuming these guys, this is after like Final Crisis or Infinite Crisis or something like that. But a lot of the known superheroes like Superman, Batman, all of them, they were already like dead before the story even happened. I don't know how, because I just started comics basically last year, and this is like my third DC book, and the second one actually with like actual DC characters and not standalone characters. But yeah, so this story did not disappoint. I thought it was very great. There was a lot of stuff I learned about the DC universe just through this book, actually. And I learned a lot about the Teen Titans, Firestorm, Superman, Batman, all of Batman's sidekicks and whatnot, all the people, all the relationships and all that, all through this one book that I would have to learn reading all the other series in general. So that was really cool. And so my thoughts about this story is this is something that you can read alone. You don't really need to read Green Lantern Omnibus Volume 1 and 2, or whatever format that you want to read it. You can read this alone, but I would recommend that you guys read Green Lantern 1 and 2 to fully understand how they got to this point. The story's as well is pretty cool. There's a lot of gore and death, and a lot of characters get killed. A lot of characters, and later on I'll show you my favorite or my heart-wrenching kill scenes and stuff like that. Like just giving like my thoughts of each one, and yeah. So the ending was a little bit confusing. Well, not confusing. It was just like, oh, that's how you're gonna basically solve everything. But the ending wasn't bad. It wasn't horrible, but it wasn't like something that was a huge payoff in my opinion. But just everything in between, like all the stuff in the story, was really, really awesome. I really enjoyed these not tie-ins, but I forgot what you call it, but the yeah, but the tie-ins like the Wonder Woman story, Flash's story, the Batman and Harley Quinn, all those Catwoman, all that stuff that are in this one, what they had to do during this situation. I really enjoyed those tie-ins. You won't get that in the Reading Green Lantern Omnibus Volume 2. You'll only get the main series, but this one collects all the tie-ins and all the extras. So that's really cool as well. So yeah, overall, I thought the story is really good. I would highly recommend this to read this one. But if you can't afford just to buy the Blackest Night omnibus, just go ahead and read Green Lantern Volume 2 and just get the entire Green Lantern series because the Blackest Night storyline is in Volume 2, but the Blackest Night omnibus has a lot more extras in there if you really enjoyed the story. So I would recommend checking that out. And then we're gonna go into the spoiler review where I show you my favorite kill scenes, talk about the deaths, and then also some art pieces or artwork that I thought was really, really cool. All right, so if you guys don't want to hear spoilers or see spoilers, feel free to skip towards the end, and then I'll see you guys in the next video or something. So stay tuned for spoilers. All right, so this very first one with Hawk Girl and Hawkman, I was like, damn, that's pretty devastating, especially with the dialogue, with them talking about not loving each other and hating each other and all that good stuff. And I was like, man, is this gonna be like another injustice where it's gonna get heavy on the heart, and then all these kill scenes is gonna make me want to be like, man, I want to keep reading this and start getting hooked. So yeah, that's how it was. And then with Shade, I was like, oh man, I don't know this character that well, but this death scene was very gruesome. The pictures and everything, it was very gory. But to find out that he just faked his death because he doesn't even have a soul in the first place, that was really cool. This one hurt me the most with Holly or Hawk getting her heart pulled out by the original Hawk, and just watching season 3 of Titans, it was like, oh, deja vu again. If you guys never watched it, then you guys definitely should watch season 3 of Titans. And then this one with Jen, man, that was crazy, dude. This one actually made my heart hurt a little bit, just like the love of his life or whatever, just burning in his hands. He can't stop it. He can only be a spectator. And then the next one right here, it's another kill scene. This one was actually pretty brutal, just seeing that kill scene of Hawk or Holly again. And then this very last one with Donna having to kill her husband and her baby again. That one was straight in the feels, man, especially the artwork. That was crazy. And so these last bits right here are basically the saved art scenes or artworks that I enjoyed looking at while reading the story. Overall, I thought the art was very great. I like how dark it was. I really enjoyed how detailed everything was, especially with the killing and when people start getting together, all these horror scenes with the guy with the scythe and all that. I think like this book in general, the artwork. I don't really read comic books or books that much for the artwork. I really read it for the story, but this one, The Blackest Night, I just enjoyed almost every single page of the story. Just looking at the art, I actually took my time reading this one. But yeah, this book right here started turning me into more of an artwork type of guy instead of just reading dialogue, because that's how I read a lot of comics back then, was just going through the dialogue, because the dialogue was really, I'm more of a storytelling type of person. But the artwork right here, I like the emotion, how you actually can see the fear in people, and just when you see the gore or the hearts getting ripped out of people and all the extra blood and detail and everything, and how defeated people look, it really does make a difference with that. So I know you guys might make fun of me for like, hey, you're not an artwork type of guy. What are you doing reading comics? Because comics is all about basically artworks and panels. But yeah, I'm slowly appreciating it more. And if you guys have stories, or I mean know stories that have really great artwork, as well with really great stories, let me know in the comments down below what stories do you guys like the most. And also, what other horror, what other genres, what other books basically do you guys recommend me reading for Halloween, Spooktober, October? And if you guys like this video, feel free to leave a comment, subscribe, hit that notification bell, all that good stuff. And I'll see you guys in the next video.